Hey everyone, John here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to be reviewing NCLEX Bootcamp. This is an NCLEX prep package that we just bought and got the chance to use and review, so today I'm going to break down how this course generally works, the features you get, talk about cost, and of course give you my thoughts on whether I think it's worth it. And by the way, I just want to mention up front here that since I'll just be sort of limited to talking about the major highlights in this video, if you find you need some more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written review of this course over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight NCLEX Bootcamp Review. That's the fastest way to get there. Alright, so I want to start this video with a quick overview of how NCLEX Bootcamp works because, to be honest, this course is very different from all of the other NCLEX courses that we've taken and reviewed to this point. The interesting thing about NCLEX Bootcamp is that it was specifically designed for the next-gen NCLEX. Literally, the whole course was built from the ground up for the new version of the test. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, before April 2023, the NCLEX was radically different from how it looks today. There were totally different question types, and the exam was a different length and style. It's just night and day difference. So most of the prep companies that existed prior to the next-gen rollout simply adapted by adding a bunch of new question types to their QBanks. But because the Bootcamp team launched their course at the same time as the next-gen rollout, every component of the course was built towards the next-gen exam, which is really cool and definitely unique. So, looking at the course from a high level, Bootcamp is essentially a group of three main study materials: a next-gen strategy course, next-gen cases, and next-gen standalone questions. So let me quickly explain each of those. The next-gen strategy course is a 9-part video series that explains how the next-gen format tests you, gives you tips and strategies for approaching the varying problem types and case studies, and even walks you through a full case study in detail. Then after that, there's the next-gen cases. So this has been one of the biggest changes to the NCLEX. Rather than straight multiple choice questions like before, every exam administration now gives you 3 case studies with 6-item answer sets. In other words, you get a detailed patient-based scenario with 6 accompanying questions based on that hypothetical. The Bootcamp course gives you 42 of these case studies to drill on, and each one has a detailed video breakdown showing you how you should have solved for each of the 6 questions in the case. Then, the third and final component of the course are the standalone questions, which make up the majority of questions that you'll see on test day. Of the minimum 85 questions you'll get on test day, only 18 will be tied to the 3 case studies, and the rest will be standalone questions. That's exactly what this portion of the course is designed to help you with. It's a big QBank with over 500 problems to drill on, and each problem comes with a detailed solution. Some even come with visuals and graphics. Now, without any guidance, this 3-part setup on its own would give the course sort of an unstructured feel. However, overarching everything in the course is the study schedule. Basically, to tie everything together, the Bootcamp team has created a really detailed study schedule that gives a day-by-day breakdown of exactly what you need to be completing. But no matter which one you choose, they all essentially do the same thing, telling you what to study each day. But honestly, that's about it. You follow your study schedule and work through all of your materials in the course, case studies, standalone questions, and strategy sessions, and that's it. And I know it's very high level and I covered that quickly, so if you do want to see a more detailed breakdown of exactly how this course plays out, make sure to check out that full detailed written review I mentioned. I'll have that link down below in the description for you because I have more detail over there for you to check out and get a feel for this. Okay, so before diving straight into the individual pros and cons of Bootcamp as we see them, let's quickly talk about cost and the different course options. Basically, Bootcamp has 3 different options. A 1-month subscription, that costs $49. Then you've got their 3-month plan, that costs $99, and then you've got their 6-month plan, which is $149. So putting these price tags in perspective, Bootcamp is a whole lot cheaper than competitors like Kaplan, Hurst, and UWorld. The standard cost of an NCLEX course today seems to be about $250 to $400, so NCLEX Bootcamp is basically a half to a quarter of the cost for their most popular 3-month plan. Essentially, Bootcamp is still relatively newish to the space, and they're trying to gain traction and market share with lower price points, which is awesome. And actually, on that point, it's important to note that despite the pretty approachable price point, Bootcamp still frequently runs sales and special promos, and a lot of times you can find their packages on sale, so make sure to check out the description below before buying. I'll do my best to keep that description down below the video screen updated with the most current discounts that might be out there, and maybe you can save yourself some money if you decide to go with them in the end. In my experience, you can usually knock up to 10% off their packages. Okay, so that's how Bootcamp works and what it costs. Now I'm going to give you 3 things that I like about NCLEX Bootcamp and 3 things that I also wasn't crazy about. That way you have a balanced view. So let's start with those pros. The first advantage of NCLEX Bootcamp, in my opinion, has to be what I've already talked about. The fact that this course was specifically designed for the next-gen format of the exam that's now been fully rolled out. While other prep companies are still playing catch-up and only a small fraction of their materials apply to the next-gen format, 100% of the materials in the bootcamp course apply to NextGen, and they are all very good. The case studies and standalone problems closely mirror all of the different item types and are a great match for the real thing. I don't know what else to say here other than that this is a major leg up for bootcamp over its competitors. The NextGen format is radically different from the old version of the test, and you 100% need to practice on problems that actually simulate the real thing. If you don't, you're just going to be caught totally off guard on test day and unprepared. So that's the first major highlight that bootcamp has going for them. Then, the second advantage is problem solutions. The problem rationales that bootcamp has created to go along with their questions are awesome. They're in-depth, written in understandable, plain language, and a lot of them contain a bunch of useful visuals. Plus, most of them even have this cool key takeaway feature that gives you 1 or 2 parting bullet points of critical things to take away and remember from each problem. And the video breakdowns are very good as well. The bootcamp instructors take a very slow and practical approach to explaining how you should have solved a particular problem, and it was just really easy to understand. Alright, so my third and final pro is the NextGen strategy course. And I guess this sort of piggybacks on my first advantage in a way, but the dedicated strategy course that bootcamp has created is great. It breaks down how the NextGen testing format works, how it's scored, and most importantly, it gives you a bunch of great little tips and tricks for solving case studies and problems, as well as how to avoid falling into trap answers. The fact that it directly addresses how to take the NextGen test and provides strategy for attacking it is super useful. You just don't get this test-taking strategy element with a lot of other courses out there like Archer, for example. Okay, so that covers what our team likes. Now let's get to the things that we didn't necessarily like. But before I hit you with that, I do just want to mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free prep course to one lucky person. It's super simple to enter. Everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know it takes like 10 seconds and hey, you never know, you could win a totally free NCLEX review course from bootcamp. Alright, so to the negatives. And the first is that there's no live classes or even live office hours for that matter. Everything in the bootcamp course is on demand and self-paced. Without a fixed class schedule, this generally means that there's nothing really holding you accountable and keeping you organized. Now, of course, the study schedule is intended to provide just that, but it's totally self-driven. So if you're the type of student that struggles to get motivated or stay committed on your own, bootcamp might not be a great fit. You might need a course with a fixed live class schedule like Kaplan. Then, number 2, it's kind of a bummer that there aren't any hard copy prep books or written study materials with this course. All of your written review material comes in the form of problem answer explanations. That's where you're going to get the meat of your instruction, by reviewing. And that's fine, but personally, I'd like to see bootcamp add a written study guide and cheat sheets to their suite of resources that directly attacks content review. I think that would be a really nice upgrade. And lastly, very quick, this is somewhat minor, but the study schedule is a separate PDF. I personally think it would be great if bootcamp would integrate the study schedule right into the dashboard in calendar form. If bootcamp had an interactive study plan in calendar form right on the dashboard where you could check off your daily items and move things around to accommodate your schedule, that would be a really nice upgrade as well. But anyway, that about covers the detail in this review. So let's get to my final verdict. Is NCLEX Bootcamp worth it? My answer to this question is, for the price, yes, without a doubt. Not only is their $99 price point super appealing, but just substantively, this is a very good course. With their focus on next-gen cases and item types, insightful explanations, and the strategy course, bootcamp provides one of the most useful bundles of study materials for the new next-gen exam format that we've seen. I do think there is some room for improvement by adding a couple of the features that I just talked about, but all in all, I think this is an all-around effective prep package, and at just $99, we give bootcamp a very high rating. But anyway, I hope this video has been helpful and you learned a little something about bootcamp. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full detailed written review that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website. Again, that's testprepinsight.com, or check out the other videos we have on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.